It's a powerful message to people who have felt ignored and left behind. United States, Argentina, Hungary, Slovakia, Brazil, Italy. These are all countries where populist politicians are currently in control. In the United Kingdom, Germany, and France, the most populated countries in Europe, populists are coming top when people are polled for their voting intentions for future elections. What is going on? Well, I think what's happened is almost a perfect storm. Vast swathes of the population feel that they have been ignored, left behind, unseen by traditional politicians. And a new coterie of politicians have emerged who see this and recognize that if they speak to these concerns, if they speak to the forgotten people, if they say, I see you, I hear you, they will gain traction. And across the globe they are. A coterie of politicians who have emerged, who explicitly are saying, others have ignored you, others haven't seen you, but we see you. It's a powerful message to people who have felt ignored and left behind. And the reality is, a lot of people were ignored. A lot of people were left behind. Whether, of course, this new coterie of populist politicians will actually improve their lot is very uncertain. It's not just older people who are voting populists. That's a real misconception. Young people are voting populists too. Globally, 20% of people voting for right populists are aged between 18 to 30. In Italy, 70% of young people voted for populists of the right or the left. And think about the mayoral elections in New York, where the Democrat candidate, populist left candidate, was voted in really off the back of a young people vote. So young people are voting populist too. This new cadre of right-wing populists are not like right-wing politicians of the past for one very particular reason, because they actually have a very different view when it comes to the economy and government spending. What you hear time and time again from populist politicians is that they're actually going to increase government spending, increase spending on social infrastructure, increase spending on roads and railways and general infrastructure. Even we hear them talking about increasing taxes on the rich. So in order to speak to their target audience, their target market, what we're seeing is right-wing populists being right-wing for sure when it comes to culture and social issues, but when it comes to the economy, actually in some ways having more in common with politicians on the left. It's not just the economy that right-wing populists are going to influence in a perhaps surprising way or a challenging way for business. They're going to be challenging for business in other ways too. First of all, they don't have the same level of respect for rule of law, frankly speaking, as other politicians. And so that creates potential uncertainty. And business really doesn't like uncertainty. Second, they are avowedly nationalistic and anti-immigration. And that can pose real challenges for businesses who need immigrant labor in order to thrive. And thirdly, they are not big fans of the multilateral system at all. So we can expect rollbacks when it comes to global agreements on climate change, for example, if even more populists get into power. They're not fans of initiatives like DEI either. They have very strong positions when it comes to the culture wars. So again, populists in power likely to erode, diminish, or actively speak out against such initiatives. This is across the globe. So business leaders need to think really carefully about the environments, the geopolitical, but also the political environments in which they're operating. How is this political shift towards populism going to continue? And how is it going to impact their business on a day-to-day basis? Really important question to be thinking about.